So one of my first jobs is to try and restore trust in government.
And that starts with being honest with people.
Honesty.
In his first statement as Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak stood outside the door of number 10 and said this.
Right now, our country is facing a profound economic crisis.
He then said he'd been brought in to fix it, at least in part by
building an economy that embraces the opportunities of Brexit.
But Sunak continues to ignore the fact that, as a consequence of Brexit, UK trade performance has fallen to its worst level on record. Take a look at how Boris Johnson described his oven-ready deal, a deal backed by the new Prime Minister.
A deal which will, if anything, allow our companies and our exporters to do even more business.
It was, of course, completely untrue. Don't just take my word for it. Here's the director of the Institute of Fiscal Studies.
We've lost a large fraction of our trade with the European Union, including with high-value professional services trade. That's making us poorer.
Now look at the UK's trade as a whole. The Office for Budget Responsibility has concluded there's been a 15% reduction in trade intensity as a result of Brexit. It also released this data. The red line shows UK exports. Unlike other advanced economies, the UK's exports haven't bounced back after COVID. The OBR links this to Brexit. So what about business investment? It peaked in 2016, the year of the Brexit referendum. It's never returned to that level. Then there's the value of the pound. The strength of the dollar has lowered the value of currencies around the world, but the pound has fallen considerably against the dollar since the Brexit referendum in 2016. A weaker pound makes imported goods more expensive, which in turn has contributed to inflation. All of this has led the OBR to forecast Brexit will reduce UK GDP by 4% over 15 years. That's double the damage inflicted on the UK economy by a global pandemic which grounded flights and caused whole industries from tourism to hospitality to collapse overnight. That level of decline is worth about £100 billion a year in lost output. It means lost revenues for the Treasury of about £40 billion a year. But Sunak continues to stick his head in the sand and go la la la.
The truth is that if we vote to leave, we'll be in an economically stronger position.